Rolls-Royce.
Bottle of water.
Rolls-Royce.
Bottle of water.
Rolls-Royce.
Bottle. Now you pick which one you want more. Choose carefully. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem. And that problem is, why are you so horny? Honestly. But I must say, I do not blame you. Because anywhere you go, it's the same story. You like cars? Sexualized. Perfume? Sexualized. Sports? Sexualized. Cosplay? Ugh, don't even get me started on that cesspit. I can't even go for a walk without having to pass by adverts featuring highly photoshopped women inviting me to join them for a date with my wallet. Well, joke's on you, I don't even own a wallet. WeChat Pay. Half of them probably have a tattoo with a payment QR code. Even fast food is out there trying to seduce me. Honestly, you think showing me a pretty girl would persuade me to buy this? You are dreaming, sir. It would take at least 2 pretty girls to make me have that excuse for a sandwich. And if you understood that joke, go to horny jail. And bring your parents here next time. I have to talk to them about the things you watch on the internet. Actually don't, because you watch me on the internet and they probably will tell you not to watch me ever again and I'll lose a viewer. So just give this video a like and you are forgiven. And you know, you being out there on the other side of this screen and me here making faces and shouting at my camera is, I feel, one of the primary reasons that led to the explosion of this issue. Well, not particularly you and I, but rather this bottomless pit of loneliness and despair known otherwise as social media. The irony of modern society is that we are more connected to the entire world than ever before in history, and yet individually we are all lonelier than ever before in history. Social media made us essentially antisocial, and as with any type of human misery, someone thought, I bet I could make money off of that. Many modern social media platforms seem to go through these stages. It begins as a niche little project where like-minded people connect with each other, interact and share their interests, and then fast forward several years and all you see is half-naked women licking their microphones to the never-ending flickery of monetary donations from silly men who think they stand a chance. Wake up, Barnabas. Sending money to a girl whose face consists of 80% beauty cam and 20% boredom is not exactly going to land you in a healthy relationship. Or any relationship for that matter. Well, except for the relationship you are likely to have with your father's fist when he's going to thump you for wasting money. In fact, we don't have to go far. Click on the live streaming section of any popular app right now and count how many streams you see that do not feature someone in an entirely non-intentionally revealing and definitely what they wear daily outfit. I clicked right before this video. Yeah. The most infamous example of that happened in November 2016 when a man by the name of Tim Stokely founded a new social media platform. He envisioned it as a space for performers to directly monetize their content and interactions with their fans. Initially, he sought to attract musicians, artists, influencers. Well, that direction lasted a whole of 1 year. And the name of that platform is OnlyFans. And sadly, this type of content creators, if we can even apply that term to them at all, is an invasive species. They infiltrate every known platform and drown regular content under the sea of digital courtesanship. Why am I being shown a girl in a dress smaller than my will to live, dancing like she had Indian street food for breakfast every time I open the bloody Red Note? Or a guy who makes videos about food but inexplicably is always without a shirt and with boobs bigger than that first girl. I subscribe to little dogs and cats, not to mental deficiency awareness. And why the hell are half of them dressed in school uniforms? It's disturbing. And I will tell you why. Because the platform promotes it. Just rename it to red light already and stop pretending. But yes, that is the sad truth. The platforms promote it because it makes money. There are only 3 things that always sell: food, sex, and coffins. Let me know in the comments which one you are more likely to buy. I'm looking to get some merchandise going. So, whom do we blame for this degradation of morals? And yes, I use correct grammar. Whom? Do we blame the platform? Well, yes, we could, because platforms often, though be it indirectly, encourage this type of behavior. After all, a platform is a business, and business's success is measured in profit, so naturally the platform would then promote content that brings most profit, which in turn breeds more of that type of content. Like in the case of this one girl, who shall remain nameless, who started making piano videos several years back, and though she played beautifully, could not reach popularity. Until her videos went from this to this. I have to blur it, otherwise I'm gonna get blocked. Honestly. Or this other girl, who went from looking like this to looking like this. What? I have no regrets, leave me alone. Yes, the platform often promotes that type of content, but the platform itself does not create it. So do we then blame the streamers? Well, yes, we could. See, having done a lot of streaming myself for a number of years, I can tell you that viewers often get attached to you, and not always in a fun and healthy way. Even I myself, being an unattractive gremlin that I am, managed to have several people profess deep feelings for me, even though the only interaction we had ever had was me responding to a few comments in chat from them. And honestly, that scared me. Having this much influence over the feelings of any number of, objectively speaking, complete strangers is a terrifying thought. And you then have a choice whether to tread carefully as not to upset this fragile balance, so to say, or, like in the case we are discussing, monetize it. So yes, you could blame those who choose to do so. But it is worth mentioning that I would say about 70% of those thirst streamers work for the so-called talent agencies, who take a hefty percentage of their earnings. These agencies employ dozens, sometimes hundreds of these girls and guys and task them with a single mission: to alleviate you from the burden of your pocket money. And it works. It's an industry that is worth millions and millions. That is why when I go outside, I see ads like that one. What does that even mean? Eat me like a doll. Who eats doll? Is that an advertisement for toddlers? Sounds like a choking hazard. It is also the reason that every time I go outside and try to find croissant in Tokyo, I am given a map that doesn't seem to feature a lot of croissant, but sure has a lot of maid cafes and such in a 12-mile radius lined in red. What kind of map is this? Oh god, that's gonna get me blocked. And sadly, it is also the reason why so many young men and women end up chasing imaginary relationships with these internet idols and club hosts, which leave them only in disappointment and very often debt. And yes, they themselves are partly to blame for being that naive, but they didn't create a whole industry out of manipulation of feelings. They are bombarded by a constant stream of suggestiveness everywhere, with just about the only break from it being the 3 minutes they get to have a cold drink. God damn it. With this unusually semi-serious video, I sadly offer no solution. I can only offer advice, and that advice is: next time you're tempted by a perfect image of some beauty cam enthusiast, ask yourself, would a person who cares about you force you into debt? Ask yourself, does true love begin with the money transfer? Ask yourself, is there a price tag on human interaction? Stay safe and think with your head and not your subscribe button. See you in the next one.